Weakness to warrior mindset. Let me know if you hear a difference. I think I broke my harmonica. Maybe I didn't, I don't know. But the topic for today is you will be unrecognizable. When you get down to a certain body fat percentage, you will be unrecognizable. Ask me how I know. I literally was in Giant yesterday getting some apples and some mixed vegetables, frozen mixed vegetables for my nutrition plan and what I eat and carbs. And literally my second cousin was in there, and I've seen her multiple times over the years at family gatherings and at my first cousin's house. She would bring her kids over and stuff, so we know each other pretty well. The only reason she recognized me after the fact was because she saw my son. And she's like, I know. And she was like, dude, I don't even recognize you. She was like, I saw your son. And I was wondering, well, who is she with this dude? With this dude I don't know. And then I spoke. And then she's like, oh. She's like, you lost weight, haven't you? I was like, yeah. So that is true. That is true. You will lose recognition. People will not know who you are, which is good. I mean, but your ex-girlfriend and all, you drop a bunch of weight and get all freaking jacked and shit. You roll up on her and, as long as you don't talk, or if you change your voice or something, that bitch won't know who you are. So it is true, because it changes your face structure. What it does is allow the bones, your jawline, your cheekbones and all that to actually show through. Some of y'all don't even know what your real face looks like because you ain't been lean enough. And your jaw starts to get more square. You got the little sunken in cheeks a little. Your cheekbones pop. Yeah, I know I have these freaking stupid ass bags under my eyes, and I've done everything, but that is such in life. I do everything I can to freaking get rid of them. See? I think it's hereditary. My aunt used to have like freaking, enough to freaking stay 2 weeks, 3 weeks at a freaking vacation, and that's how many bags she had under her eyes. And I hope I don't fucking get those, but, I've done the cold compress. I ain't done the cucumbers and shit. I ain't that fucking fruity. But I have tried freaking products. I get plenty enough sleep. It's probably all those fucking years of fucking drinking and not getting enough sleep, so it kind of compiled or stacked up upon me. That sort of stuff. Be very, very wary of what you do in your earlier ages and throughout life, because it will carry forward, and it'll show up, and you were like, where the fuck this shit come from? So be very, very wary of what you do when you're younger, because again, it'll show up as you get older in life. But yeah, unrecognizable. I mean, that's in a good sense, that's good, because let's take a trip down imagination lane. Let's go. Put your frickin' imagination hat on and grab your little imagination goggles. Say so you freaking pulled up on this girl 6 months ago. Well, I mean, she won't even remember you 6 months ago anyways, but say again, you happen to get a date with her, right? And you're a little bit out of shape, you're a little fat, and things don't go well, okay? All right, you take that 6 months to a year or so, and then you change your physique. You drop a bunch of weight, and then you become unrecognizable. You have freaking ripped six-pack, you got freaking shoulder to hip or shoulder to waist ratio. You've learned the harmonica on the ukulele, because I know you did. And then you see her out someday and you pull up on her, right? She won't even recognize who you are. She will think you're a totally different person. I mean, aside, she might, if you tell her name, she might remember then, but still, you will be unrecognizable. So there is a second chance at first meetings, or however that believes. There's no second chance at first meetings. Whatever. There's no second chance at first impressions. No, there is. Once you've changed yourself enough that you become unrecognizable and you're a better version of yourself, they're meeting a new you. So it's their first impression of the new you. Not the old you. The new you. The one that's been leveled up, that's improved, and can play the harmonica, and have been through the Weakness to Warrior program, which is coming. So don't think that just because something went wrong with a chick that things can't, have a second chance. It's very, very possible. Again, you remember, you're a new person. You have a new physique. You have a new mindset. Your mentality is totally different. You're not that soft, coy boy fucking beta bitch that's going around and fucking kissing women's ass and shit. No, you're a Mayan now. Your blood's made up with 90% testosterone. You got so much testosterone in your balls that you gotta fucking farm it out. Probably gonna get some hate on this motherfucker from the blue-haired weirdos out there. Yeah, I said it, blue-haired weirdos with the keyboard. It's the only power in the world, you guys, your keyboard, and it ain't much power. But yeah, you'll be dressing better. You'll have better skin, better facial features. You'll be more confident. You will speak slowly and clearly. You will have grown a backbone. And you may have dated multiple other chicks. So you got, more experience with dating multiple chicks or dating chicks in general. And you won't be coming from a source of weakness. You'll be coming from a source of plenty, of variety, of not scarcity. You won't be freaking latching on to that first chick that you freaking go out on a date with, because you just be like, okay, I'm not outcome dependent. I got freaking shit I gotta do. You're not that important. Okay? This is all the things you'll go through once you get on Weakness to Warrior mindset and you start to get on your path. I've noticed a hell of a difference in me from the time I first started until now. Like, I've upped my game now. I'm at the gym 7 days a week. Obviously, I'm not lifting weights the entire 7 days, but the other 3 days that I didn't normally go to the gym, I'm in here doing ab and forearm workouts and Spartan training to, train for my Spartan race coming up. So I'm in here 7 days a week, every day, mostly around 4 o'clock or 4:30, 4:35. Try to get in here so I don't get freaking, mobbed by the freaking sauna freaking czar, the sauna freaking psycho. Lately it's been pretty good, so I've been having a few times in here, for one of those things where you just hash it out, be like, hey, when are you going to be in the sauna? Let me know so I can work my schedule around you. It's not always freaking fun to do that, technically, or realistically. I wanted to go be like, listen here, you motherfucker. Just because you fucking think you're sitting in the sauna don't mean you're going to be fucking ripped and shit. Saunas aren't made for fucking losing fat. I come in here not to lose fat, but to sweat. And just to get freaking, some recovery from the red light therapy. Because Roxanne ain't got a red light on anymore. And get used to the freaking hot. August is coming up, so best now get in here and get used to at least some hot. 15, 20 minutes worth of it. At least I'm acclimated to it. And that's another thing you gotta do in temperate zones, get acclimated. Obviously in the winter it's gonna suck because they ain't got no fucking cold room, they ain't got no freezer. That'd be awesome if they had, like, in a gym they had a fucking freezer and a sauna. Like, you go in there and get your ass, like, the cold plunge. You go in there and get your fucking popsicle on. Know what I mean? That'd be great. Sit in there, pair of shorts and shirt, and just sit in there and fucking freeze your ass off. You know what I mean? Been loving it. Another way to get uncomfortable. I mean, this is another way to get into the uncomfortable zone. Go somewhere where it's freaking hot as fuck instead of just sitting in your AC, going from the, your car AC to your house AC to your work AC. Get out in the freaking temperate zone. Get out in the 100-degree weather and work the fuck out. Feels like it. Experience what it feels like to have sweat dripping off your balls. Because you've been working out. Your socks are soaked because you sweated that much. Know what I mean? I've been there, done that. I had to dig some shit up. I had to dig the lid of a tank up in August. Trust me, I was soaked. Luckily there was a creek nearby. I didn't get freaking heat stroke or anything like that. Gotta stay hydrated with freaking essential amino acids, raw, good stuff. At first I didn't like the freaking taste, but now I've gotten used to it. Also helps with some of the electrolytes. I don't need the amino acids. I bought it, and then I did research, and I'm like, I'm getting plenty of amino acids from my diet. So, get back on track. You will become unrecognizable. People will not know who you are. Especially if they haven't seen you in like a couple months, maybe 6 months to a year. They're not going to notice. People you see every day, obviously, they're going to notice over weeks and times that you're losing weight and, your face is getting more leaner and shit. But the people that you haven't seen in a while, they're not going to be able to recognize you. They're going to second guess until you open your mouth and start talking, and then the sound of your voice will, solidify. Oh, that's who that is. So the only way to achieve that is simple. Very, very simple. Get off your ass and start your journey from weakness to warrior mindset. And play the harmonica.